Hi, I'm Sherry and welcome to The Eyes Have It. Today I want to show you a new package from QVC. I'm sure you've already seen it from a couple of ladies who got it before it was even released on QVC. But, you know, I thought I'd go ahead and show it because I think every face is different, every skin tone is different, because I especially want to talk about the color range of IT products and of this product in particular. Once again, I apologize that my video editing software appears to be corrupted, won't open at all, or opens and crashes, and I can't even get into the previous version of it now. So I'm kind of on my own in terms of continuing to film live. I'm filming on my camera, my video camera right now, instead of my tablet. But I can still upload that way, which is what I did with the Rafisa video. Okay, so I am going to show you the package. And let me take all this paper off first. So there we go. It is a 4-piece set. You get a brush, and you get the new serum foundation. You get the relatively new face cream and the relatively new eye cream. I think the things that were unique and brand new for this particular release on QVC was the serum foundation and the brush for it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I made my color selection, except that Missy wants to get up and join me. Okay, come around this way. All right. Yes, you got to sit. You got to sit. So I want to talk a little bit about color selection first. You've got to get off the table and you've got to sit. I am a big fan of IT products. I've bought a lot of IT products in the past. And so I just want to show you some of the color ranges here. To me, personally, the IT color range is misleading. Even light medium is usually so light. So this was probably one of the first things I ever bought from them. And this is the original Celebration Foundation, not the sparkly one. And I got this in light medium. Now, the lights, I added a light, so the lights are really bright on me. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in a little bit for this particular video. Okay. So that is a light medium. Now, to me, that looks fair, or light, not light medium. And then the next one down the line was the Celebration Foundation, the newer one with SPF 50, still not the illumination because that's not my jam. And this one I got in medium because I was so frustrated. Now, during the winter, I am light. But for most of the year, when I'm out riding my bike and, you know, walking the dog and all that good stuff, I am much closer to medium. So now this one is medium, so definitely there is a, you know, a little bit of improvement, but it's still awfully light for medium. Okay, so here's light medium, and medium. And then the latest one that I bought before this one is that spongy new foundation they came out with. I got this in medium. It was called the CC Plus Veil Beauty Fluid Foundation. Now this came the closest to being a medium to me. So you can see the sponge that I've used for it. You can see it's a much deeper color. So I think that this one's almost running out. This was a lot closer to a true medium. But I didn't know, because the serum foundation was brand new, I didn't know if it was going to follow that lead or the lead of the earlier one. So I, for the first time ever, ordered medium tan, I think it's called. Yeah, medium tan. Now, when you look at their color range, you would think, oh my God, no, that's going to be way too dark. And for right now, in the midst of winter, it will be. But since I'm a little bit, and by the way, this is called Confidence in a Compact Skin Transforming Full Coverage Solid Super Serum. And it's got an SPF 50 plus UVA, UVB broad spectrum physical sunscreen, anti-aging armor, they say. That's what it's called. So I have not used this yet. I've got my mirror. I've got various ways to put it on. So we are going to do a little demonstration, my friends. So it comes with a sponge similar to the Beauty Veil. And it also has a similar mechanism like the Beauty Veil. Comes with a little sticker in here to keep it fresh, and then you just peel that back and take it off, which I have not done yet. So there's the color of medium tan. Now that looks dark. I don't know. We're going to see what it looks like on me. Now, of course, they did provide a brush. So let's go ahead and get that out if we can. These QVC packagers are always packaged within an inch of their lives. And sometimes it can be, whoops, it can be work getting them out of their little areas there. This is called the Heavenly Skin Smoothing Complexion Brush, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that this was created just for this new serum foundation. Okay. So, come on. Alright, let's see what we got here. Goodness gracious, I just took all this wrapping off of it. Now what's keeping it in there? There we go. Okay. There we go. I like that it is relatively compact, both in the handle. It's very pretty. Shiny. And also the brush head is very nice and dense and very, very soft. It reminds me of a Sigma angled kabuki, but maybe even softer. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try different methods with this new foundation to see what works best for me. Now, remember, I've got super dry skin. So, I've got the brush it came with. I've got the sponge it came with. I've got the Eve Pearl blender brush. I just brought out a couple just in case. I've got the Kashima Flat Top Kabuki. And I don't have a Real Beauty blender, but I have the Real Techniques version. Now, I am no pro at a beauty blender at all. I have barely ever used one. So, I will probably make massive mistakes. Missy May, get out of my trash. Okay, so first I'm going to try, I'm going to take my little sticker thing off of here. Alright, so first I'm going to try my little sponge. So, and what I understand is, you know, you kind of, whatever you use, you kind of have to rub it around in there to activate the serum, meaning to get it to loosen up a little bit. So you can see with me running my finger around in there that I've kind of got it at the melty stage. Okay. So I'm going to start with the sponge. I've got a mirror here. Hopefully I won't go out of range while I'm doing this. Okay. And I'm going to start on this side of my face. And also, this is supposed to be full coverage foundation. I've heard some people say that got it early that they don't consider it full coverage foundation. Now, you would never know that I just put something that dark on my face. It blended right in. So I think that I did the right thing by getting medium tan. It's got an interesting little smell. It's kind of fresh. I want to try one more area with this. I'm going to try my nose. Oops, I got way too much. Way too much. Oh yeah, it's got this, maybe it's a sponge or I don't know, but it's got an interesting smell. Okay. So that's with the sponge that came with. Now I'm going to use the brush, now that we got it loosened up in there, I'm going to use the brush that came with, and I'm going to do a little bit over here where my spots are. And we will find out whether it's full coverage, won't we? Okay, swirling, swirling, swirling. Okay. Wow. Not bad. Not bad. Now the first swipe of the brush went right down here where I have like some of my largest spots. And I said not bad because that really seemed to cover. But all in all, it really didn't. There's still one big one and like 3 smaller ones that are showing through the foundation. But I mean, I could go put successive layers on, right? So now I'm going to try the Beauty Blender, which like I said, this is the Real Techniques version. Complexion sponge, I think they call it. So I've got it in some water here. And I'm going to swirl, swirl, swirl. And we'll try up on this part of my face. Yeah, now that went on super light. I think the water just probably watered it down too much. Although I will say, if you don't need a lot of coverage, this might be your bet because it goes on very natural looking with the sponge, the wet sponge. It just doesn't cover. Okay, and finally, I'm going to try, let me see. I think I'm going to try this Kashima brush because it hasn't been used much. Okay, and let's see, we haven't done chin yet, which I've got lots of spots on. And we haven't done the forehead yet, so let's see if I can move my hair over a little bit. Okay, here we go. Swirl, 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 swirl. Okay. Yeah, now that goes on much heavier. Just doing the one side of my forehead and kind of blending down to where the sponge was used right in here. Actually, I really like the look of that, of using this brush. The bristles are a little shorter than the It. Mostly just because it's not angled, I guess. This is really super dense. Think a Sigma flat top kabuki. Very, very, very dense. Whereas this is dense, but it still has give to it. So, I would say I really like the Kashima application. The sponge, like I said, is fine if you don't need coverage. But for me, it was way too light in application. Down here, what did we use? We used the brush that came with, I think. that was, at least with one coat, that's way too little for me in terms of my spots. And then over here we did the sponge, and not bad, not bad. It looks, I'd say it looks a little more natural over here than over here with the brush. So I'm going to attempt to make my nose a little bit more even. I've got big pores on the tip of my nose, which is what I'm using the Refisa for. And I've started to see some improvement in the tip of my nose, but not my chin yet. Okay, I'm going to close you up so you can see the color match and the application. And please forgive my eyebrows. I forgot to clean them up before I turned on the camera. So let me see. Oop, wrong way. Alright, let me see if I can. There we are. Now, I mean, you can look at me and you can see, I hope. Now, I don't know what it's going to look like to you on a big screen if you're watching it like on your computer, but it doesn't, even am I using the magnification or the regular? Yeah, I'm using the magnification. Now, this particular mirror is an older one. It doesn't have the 10 times magnification. But that color match, except for on my nose where I went a little too heavy, that color match is not that bad. And if it's not that bad in late January, then it should be spot on by, like say April. So there we are. This was sponge. This was brush. This was the Faux Beauty Blender. And this was the Kashima. I thought the Kashima looked pretty good. That one is also a kabuki, but it's a flat instead of an angled, and it's very dense. So, I mean, I thought to myself, and I remember saying to somebody, Mary Ellen or Susan W., somebody who knew what I was talking about, and I said, I felt like I was a total nutball, ordering medium tan because I'm a relatively fair person. But like I said, I just got frustrated with ordering what should be my range, which is light medium, and getting this stuff that was like ghostly pale. So there's my little demo of that. Now let me go ahead and show you what else is in the package, which is skincare. I have not opened it. Well, I'll take that back. I did open the eye cream just to see if it had fragrance, which it doesn't, or very much. So I'm going to go ahead and take you back out. Here again, excuse my lack of editing, but I just have to figure out what's going on with my editing program. Alright, so, oh my goodness. I tell you, extricating this stuff from it. Oh God, they glued it to the bottom or something. Did they? Oh my Lord, are you kidding me? You know me and packaging. Drives me nuts. Okay. Alright, so this one is called Confidence in a Cream. Transforming, Moisturizing Super Cream. Anti-Aging Armor Regenerative Concentrate. Now, I am probably not going to start using these skincare products right away because I am on my first week of Refisa, and I'm also on my first week of a brand new Olay serum that Amazon sent me to review, test and review. So, I can't get a whole bunch of skincare going on because then I can't tell what result is what. So I'm using the Refisa right now, just on my nose and on my chin where I have the big pores. And I'm using the serum just forehead and cheeks so that I can kind of keep them separate. So I probably will not start using this stuff. Now this one I have not had open at all. So let's see about the scent. Very light. It's a very heavy cream. It's not moving even when I do that. It's not even budging. Very heavy cream, thick cream I mean. Alright, let's give it a try. Feels nice. It reminds me, yeah, the smell is not great. I mean, it's not what I would love. I would love fragrance-free, but it's okay. It does remind me of the smell of the foundation a little bit, which is, it's light and sort of, I thought citrus at first, but maybe a little herbal. I mean, it's not bad. You understand, I am the most fragrance-sensitive person I've ever met. I have one friend who's almost as bad as me. Yeah, that's really nice. Feels great. So this is a face lotion, pretty sure. Yeah, this is a face lotion. It doesn't hardly smell at all in the jar. It's when you spread it that you smell a little bit, but it's not bad. So that's that. And then the other skincare product is an eye cream, and it's actually, I think, more of a gel. I opened it when it first came. And this is called the Bye Bye Under Eye Eye Cream. Smooths, brightens, and depuffs. Okay, very pretty. All right, now this one is pale, like an ice blue. I mean, just if it's an almost undetectable scent to me, y'all aren't even gonna notice it. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah, nice and rich also. Okay. Nice and rich. Now, I want to say, I forget, I want to say I saw somebody say that they put this not just on their under eye, but also on their lids. But let me look at the pamphlet that came with and see if they give any information on that. Feels nice. It's very rich. And it is a cream. I had misremembered that it was a gel. So, of course, anytime you get a collection from QVC, you get one of these nice pamphlets. It explains all about the products. Okay. So the foundation is first ever anti-aging solid serum foundation infused with pure color pigments and SPF 50 protection. Okay, great. Confidence in a cream. The face cream is perfect for all skin types. It hydrates. In a consumer survey, 81% of respondents somewhat to strongly agreed pores appeared minimized and fine lines and wrinkled appeared less noticeable. It can be used as your AM and PM moisturizer and utilizes cutting-edge anti-aging technology. Now on the eye one, make tired eyes look refreshed with this anti-aging moisturizing eye cream that helps visibly smooth the appearance of dry lines. 67% of respondents somewhat to strongly agreed that this reduced the look of dark circles. Features a blue tint infused with caffeine. I'm almost to the edge of being allergic to caffeine, but I don't think it will probably be enough. Vitamin C, collagen, and peptides. Let me see if this is the stuff that I would usually edit out if my editing software was working. I'm looking at the paper that came with the under eye cream to see if what they say about it being used on the eyelid. Apply in the morning and at night, gently smoothing all around your eye area. You'll see powerful results instantly and over time. Okay, well, I am very encouraged by that. since I'm not using the Refisa or the new Olay serum on my eyes, I might go ahead and start using the eye cream. We'll see. So, one of the things that I think it was Susan was really good about explaining, maybe Mary Ellen, is that, you know, when you get these things from QVC, you always have to pick this thing up out of the box and look under it, because there will usually be samples, and there were for mine. I got a Bye Bye Under Eye, which I already have. I'm not the biggest fan of. And then I got a Bye Bye Lines serum, which I have never used. Advanced Anti-Aging Wrinkle Smoothing Miracle Concentrate. So here again, while I'm using the other stuff, probably won't be trying that. I like to keep my results separate. All right. I hope that I have given you all the information that you might want. I always try to think about what questions would I ask, or what would I want to know. And I try to, you know, answer those in my videos, and I hope I've done that. So take care, be well, and always be yourself.